All right, next question here. It says, can I rebuke my Lord when he is knowingly in the wrong? And if I am able to, how do I rebuke him without offending him? He sticks with his decision even though he knows he's wrong. What can I do? P.S. We're both in the truth. I like how you put that. We're both in the truth. All right, so there's one of y'all in here. You will remain nameless, but I just hope that these scriptures help you out here. Let me see what I got here. Go to Proverbs 16:18. I'm going to touch the man first, his side, because that's who's the head of the household. He is the head of the household, so I'll deal with him first. Let's see what we got here. Proverbs 16:18. Read that when you get it.
Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction.
God's telling you, pride goes before destruction. Pride is when you know you're wrong, but I'm going to ride this thing out because I just can't give that position up to let them know I'm wrong and make them think they better than me. You're going to destroy yourself. That's why God said it's not good for a man to be alone. He gave you a, what, brothers? Helpmeet. She's a helper. Well, they right. Sometimes. These women sometimes be rational. When in our mind we think it's going to work no matter what, then they tell us, well, you know this, that, and the other. Yeah, shit. I didn't think about that. Have faith, woman, in God. That's what you say. Read that again.
Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
A haughty spirit goes before a fall. Go to Sirach chapter 10. Sirach chapter 10. I want to start at verse 7. Read that when you get it.
Sirach chapter 10 and verse 7.
Ecclesiasticus for you new brothers and sisters. Read Apocrypha. Somebody next to you should have it. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Pride is hateful before God.
Is pride is what?
Hateful before God.
So if you rolling in that spirit, God says that's hateful unto him. Read on.
And man. And by both one commit iniquity.
You're in the midst of sin. You are in the midst of sin when you find yourself in pride. And here's the reason. Jump down to verse 12.
Verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from God.
So that's why that you're in the midst of sin. You depart from God because God didn't give you that spirit of pride. You're supposed to humble yourself. A wise man is supposed to listen to everything that's going on, and he brings it in, he internalizes it, and then he makes his wise decision. But a prideful man, he don't care what the scriptures say, he don't care what nobody else say. It's my way or the highway. Pride is the beginning of sin. So it's a difference from having pride in who you are as a people, like we the Israelites have pride in that thing, and pride of the Bible. So pride is when one departs from the Lord. Read on.
Departed from God, and his heart is turned away from his maker.
That's what pride is. Read on.
For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities, and overthrew them utterly.
So you're going to find yourself where things just won't go right because you're in the midst of God's trying to speak through some people around you, but you're just a hard head. So now he got to mess up some stuff in your life. I'll put it like that. Put you through some trials and tribulations for you to wake up. Jump down to verse 18.
Sirach chapter 10 and verse 18. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman.
That's what I told you. You didn't get that prideful spirit from God, because it says pride was not made for man. When he created you in the womb, he didn't give you that spirit. Go to Job 35 and 12. Man. Pride was not made for man, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. Job 35 and 12. Show you what God calls it.
Job chapter 35 and verse 12. There they cry, but none giveth answer, because of the pride of evil men.
The what?
The pride of evil men.
If you find yourself, you got pride on you, in the midst of sin, you're an evil man. Go to Proverbs 8:13. Proverbs 8 and 13.
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil.
That's the fear of the Lord.
Pride and arrogancy and the evil way and the forward mouth do I hate.
God does what?
I hate.
God hates that thing. So if you got that pride where you know you're in the wrong, your wife's telling you right, you can't listen, she's speaking righteously, God hates that thing. Go to Proverbs 31:26. Is that what I know? Ecclesiastes 7:16. I want that first. Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. I want to see if a brother knows what this means. Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. Go ahead, for a brother rolling in that spirit.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself?
What does that mean, be not righteous over much? Because I know a lot of y'all probably read this before when you was in Christianity, when you thought Revelation was talking about a dragon coming out the sky with 7 heads, and then you thought that you had a license or a leeway to sin, and you use this to justify yourself while you rolled up the blunt. Does any brother know what this means? This is Solomon speaking, so he's using some wisdom here. Be not, or has anybody, who's read the book of Ecclesiastes in here? By show of hands, raise your hand. Okay.
That's easy reading.
All right. Okay, all right, you can put your hands down. Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 2. I want you to read verse 9 on down. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 9. So I was great and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. And whatsoever mine eyes desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor. And this was my portion of all my labor. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. And I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness.
And what?
Behold wisdom and madness.
And madness,
And folly.
And folly.
For what can the man do that cometh after the king? Even that which have been already done.
So Solomon saying that I got everything. The richest man, all this money, all this wealth, all these lands, all this gold. Now go back to Ecclesiastes 7:16. I'm gonna ask the question again.
Ecclesiastes.
He said I knew wisdom and I knew folly and I knew madness. Go ahead.
Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise.
So what is he saying now? What is he saying? He told you in the beginning that he got all this stuff. He had wisdom. He was still doing evil, and his wisdom never left him. I said that I've been doing this. Now I'm going to get into some madness and some folly. Folly means sin. So what do you think he's saying right here now in verse 16? He's speaking about himself. Was Solomon supposed to be in the midst of sin in the first place, brothers?
No.
Okay, now with that, you just said it. What does he mean by verse 16? Does anybody know? Show of hands. Who knows? Soldier Lucius. Take a stab at it. Let's see what we got. Be not righteous over much. Pass the microphone down.
Saying be not righteous over much is basically saying anything that's not concerning to this Bible, you're not supposed to be over righteous.
No. Now remember, precept upon precept. I just gave you a whole bunch of scriptures on pride. Now tie it in with this.
Okay, because he was basically prideful about all the knowledge he had, because he indulged in the madness. He indulged in all the different religions,
Okay.
and
He did that. He did all of that. You on there? You down the right path. He did all of that. Now he comes. Be not righteous over much.
because that wasn't much. That was small.
No, you almost had it. Elijah Levi. Let's see what you got up here in front of you. Elijah Levi.
No one can tell you anything.
There you go. Don't be so righteous that can't nobody tell you nothing. Be not righteous over much. Stand back from me. You can't. What does it say that in Isaiah 60 something, right? Let's get that real quick. I'm gonna show you. Here's a precept for it to bring the understanding. I think it's in the 65. I want to say Isaiah 65 and verse 5. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 5. Which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day.
Now Isaiah's prophesying about our people that say, stand by thyself. I am holier than thou. Same thing that Solomon is saying here. Be not righteous over much. Don't think you so holy where nobody can correct you. Nobody can tell you that you're in the wrong, even if it is your wife that is the weaker vessel. Because God could be speaking through them to keep you from destroying yourself. But you be full of pride and you end up stumbling and falling, destroying yourself and them because they tied to you by the law. So it says, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself overwise, where you just know everything and you can never be taught. Read on. Why should go back to Ecclesiastes 7:16.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself overwise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself?
Read on.
Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time?
Why be in the midst of sin? Because the wages of sin is what, brothers?
Yeah.
Death. Don't think you're going to keep on sinning and the Lord's not going to come visit you like he has said. You got something, officer?
Got a
Go ahead.
scripture. Ecclesiastes 4 and 13.
No.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 13.
Be not righteous over much. Come on.
Better is a poor and a wise child
Better is a poor and a wise child. Come on.
than an old and foolish king
Come on.
who will no more be admonished.
Who will be what?
No more be admonished.
Who knows what the word admonish means?
By show of hands. Who knows what that means? Admonish. Brother Abraham. What does that mean? Admonish. It's a whole few verses on that in Sirach, right?
To be corrected.
Right.
Correct. There we go. So
Exactly
it says
right.
better is a poor and a wise child. Because as a child, what state of mind are you when it comes to correction? You're humble, right? A child, when you correct a child, they're attentive, eyes wide open, almost about to cry. All right? So that's why it says better is a poor and a wise child than a foolish king who will no more be corrected, no more be admonished.
That child will be like that if you have not spared the rod.
Yeah.
If you done held back the rod, whatever. Yeah. So that's what it means. Be not over righteous much where nobody can tell you anything. Don't be so wise where nobody can educate you on something. You're going to lead yourself to destruction. On the flip side, for the sister, so how do you handle that? Because you use the word rebuke a lot. How about we say correct? How about you come in a different, here's Proverbs 31:26. How about you come in a different spirit that you're ready to rebuke it?
Rebuke my husband.
Okay, I'm telling you right now, you say that, you get nowhere. You're wrong, I'm about to rebuke you.
You teaching.
You better change up your words. So what do you do? Proverbs 31:26.
Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 26. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
So if you get to that point where you got to correct them, because nobody's above the scriptures to be corrected. Nobody, not near one of us in here is above the scriptures. But if you, sister, you're in that situation, you better use wisdom up. You know how you got to speak to your husband because y'all want flesh to get him to listen to you. Don't think you're going to try to be one of the officers and administer correction on your husband like you one of us. Not going to work. He will shut down quick. not even listen to you. My wife know. When I get mad, she mad. I don't care. Be mad. I'll go in the room, get on the computer. Won't think twice about it until she get done being mad. I still love you. Till she get done being mad. And when she ready to talk, okay, now we can talk. Other than that. All right, go to Sirach 26:13. Nobody's above the scriptures. Bring the scripture out. You gotta listen. But you better do it with wisdom, sisters. Because the man is still the head of the household. And you get out of order with him, you're out of order with the Lord. Because he's Christ in the house. Even though he don't act like it sometimes. Sirach 26:13.
Sirach chapter 26 and verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband.
The grace of a wife delights the husband. Remember that. I need to remember that. Some of y'all start arguments for no reason. Push your husband's button for no reason. Now he's mad, make you mad, and everything in the house is off. The kids getting ass whoopings for nothing because daddy's mad. The dog ain't ate. Because everybody's mad. You in your room, he's in the living room. The dog suffering because y'all mad. So God is telling you how to deal with your husband even when he's out of order. Read verse 13 again.
The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
That's how you administer correction, not rebuke, to your husband. You use discretion and some grace with the words that come out of your mouth, and it says fatten his bones means you're going to save him from being destroyed. You'll be a blessing to him. Jump up to 26.
Sirach chapter 26 and verse 26. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all.
You gotta honor your husband. Some of you women in here don't honor your husband. You still see him as niggas.
Yep.
Straight up. Tell you straight up and down. You don't honor your husband. You see him as a nigga. Which honor goes respect. That's why you got problems. Read that again.
A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all.
Judge wise of all, even the Lord. Because he said earlier in 1 Peter 3, a woman that has a meek and quiet spirit is a great price in the eyes of the Lord, in the sight of the Lord. You'll be judged wise by him. Read on.
But she that dishonoreth him
Disrespects him.
in her pride.
And her what?
In her pride.
What we read earlier, when you are in the midst of pride, you're in the midst of what, brothers?
Sin.
I'm glad y'all put that together. But she that dishonoreth him, disrespects him, is in the midst of sin. Read on.
Shall be counted ungodly of all.
You're ungodly. So even when you're trying to administer help, how about we use that word? Instead of rebuke him,
Help.
how about you try to administer help to your husband?
Like a help.
What we say is said here, use some grace, use some discretion, throw some honor in there and stir it up before you open your mouth. And then, if that husband's spiritual, guess what he's going to do? He's going to listen. Pull the Bible out. That's why you got to study to show yourself. A lot of times you women, y'all argue and get mad because you don't know what to say, because you don't know where to go in the Bible to correct it. So what you do is just get an attitude. Because you don't study. You don't ask questions.
Bishop.
Therefore,
Bishop brought that out too.
I guess that's where I heard it from. Yeah. You don't study. So you don't know how to combat him who studies. He studies. He can go scripture to scripture to correct you. But when he's out of order, you don't know where to go. You're like, oh, God. Let me ask the question on the Sabbath day and get some scriptures. Better start studying. You got some more scripts too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pull them things out.
I just want to, I ain't gonna bring up scripture, I just gotta say this.
Go ahead.
If a sister got a name mine, because you brought it out, officer, rebuke. I'm gonna rebuke my husband.
Wrong
That's a wrong mindset.
Already.
Off the jump.
Right.
It ain't gonna work. It's nothing you can say. You can pull a scripture And that word rebuke.
You pull a scripture, you don't say, sit down so I can rebuke you. You pull that scripture, I guarantee you, he already got 5 precepts waiting on your ass.
That's it. That's it.
Guarantee
That's
you.
it.
As soon as you read it, okay, well, go to the scripture.
Hey, you might be right.
Yeah.
You gonna rebuke me? Okay, go ahead. Pull your scripture. Go ahead.
Let me hear what you
Okay, now what about this?
Yep. Answer that. Explain that to me. Help him.
Yeah, help me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, real quick. Give me a Proverbs 15, 1 and 3. Just like what Officer brought out, Proverbs 31 and 26. Was it 26? Right. So it's how you speak. How you speak. Scriptures give you. It's just like the scriptures say. You are a helpmeet. Likewise, he is the CEO and you are his administrative assistant.
I like that.
You are to assist him.
I like that.
Just like you wouldn't go to your boss and tell your boss, hey, listen, I think you're doing wrong. The business is going under. No way. You'll do it in an email. with a smiley face on the email.
Or you'll walk up to him, you'll be like,
exactly. Is this the right time?
I ain't trying to tell you how to run your business, but I just got a couple of suggestions.
Right. Suggestions. No. You'll make sure you choose your words wisely. That's why the scripture says in Titus 2, it says to be chaste, careful. The word chaste means
But your
to be
husband,
careful.
you'll walk up on him.
Right.
Hey,
no respect.
Hey, nigga, prophet, I mean,
Right.
Lord, you're out of order. You know the officers wouldn't like that. Then you bring us into it.
Right.
Now you done made it even better.
Real talk.
I'm not in your daggone household.
That's right.
Don't use me.
You're right. Christ, Moses said he is the Lord in your house.
Right.
All right. He's the representation of Christ. Read it.
Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 1. A soft answer.
What?
A soft answer.
A soft answer. Come on.
Turneth away wrath.
What does it do?
Turneth away wrath.
Come on. Read it.
But grievous words
Come on.
stir up anger.
Grievous words stir up anger. So you begin to go ahead and get into your so-called rebuke mode. You're not going to get any good results at the end of that.
Not at all.
You're stirring up wrath.
I'm trying to help you, sisters, all right?
All right? There's a way you do that. You won't see our foremother Sarah coming up to Abraham in that manner.
Hey, Abram.
Come on.
I'm gonna
Abram.
rebuke you.
My name's
Acting like
Abraham.
Abram.
The Lord changed my name to Abraham.
way.
I'm calling you Abram, what your
Exactly.
daddy called you.
Are you done, officer?
No, hold on. We're going to
ahead,
finish
go
up.
ahead,
Down to verse 3. Go ahead.
The tongue of the wise.
The tongue of the who?
Wise.
Wise. We're called to be a wise people. Take hold onto wisdom. The way you speak to your Lord, the way you speak to your husband who is the head of the household, it is a wise thing. Come on.
The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright.
You what?
Useth knowledge aright.
Come on. Even when it comes to correcting, and you see him going on, it's the way you do it, the way you speak to him.
Help him.
There we go. Help him or assist him. Read.
But the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness.
And that's exactly what you are. When you begin to veer off from the wisdom, guess what? You are considered a fool. Only foolishness is coming out of your mouth. And that way you're going to... hold on, Proverbs 14 and 1. Real quick. Proverbs 14 and 1. And I was again, I know you got something.
Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 1. Every wise woman...
Every what?
Wise woman...
Come on.
Buildeth her house. But the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
So if you're going into a so-called rebuke mode again, not knowing how to speak, not knowing how to talk to the Lord of the house, guess what? You're destroying your house. You're destroying. There's going to be utter chaos. You're stirring up wrath, like it says in Proverbs 15. All right?
Yeah, let me get Proverbs. Hey, King Solomon was a genius. Proverbs 25 and 15. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 15. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 15. By long forbearing is a prince persuaded.
What does forbearing mean? Who knows what forbearing means? Brother Isaac.
Patience.
Huh?
Patience.
No. Anybody else? Who is that back there? Lucius.
Close, no cigar.
Yeah, please.
Someone who will deal with something for a long period of time.
I'll read it. Fearful apprehension. A feeling that something bad will happen. So read it again.
By long forbearing is a prince persuaded.
Persuaded, read.
And a soft tongue.
A soft, now how you supposed to persuade that prince, read?
A soft tongue breaketh the bone.
You know, my Lord, if you do this, this might happen.
There we go.
God, I don't think God gonna be happy if we do this. It says, by long forbearing is a prince persuaded. Why don't it say rebuked? It says a prince is persuaded. I tell my mother all the time, at the end of the day, I want to hear what you think, but at the end of the day, it's my decision.
It's how you,
It's my
how you
decision.
speak to me.
Right, it's how you speak.
say something.
That's why I say, and a soft tongue breaketh the bone. A soft tongue is how you gonna win him over. It's how you gonna persuade him to, hey, let me rethink this idea that I have. Soft tongue.
Because listen, even my wife will tell you, if she gonna give me some bad news, food better be cooked. Food better be cooked. I want everything quiet in the house when I come in. Got my plate ready. Don't say nothing to me yet. After I drink that last cup of water, all right, then I sit back. All right, what happened? That's it. You know, I'll take any bad news right after a good meal. No problem.
Oh, praises. So, your husband is out of order? Sister, don't rebuke him. Help him get to that point of where he's seeing things clearly, so the house isn't destroyed. All right?
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.